In this training, I'll be doing an overview of the Ad Manager, including some functionality that controls your bid suggestions in Adtomic. If you've used the Amazon Advertising Console, then the Ad Manager is similar to what you see when you click on campaigns in Seller Central. The Ad Manager is where you can see all the data for your campaigns, and all of these campaigns are currently enabled. I can change the status, though, to paused or archived by using the button next to the date range. If you've given your campaigns maybe a naming convention, you can search for those by using the search bar. Let's look for campaigns with the word egg in the title. As soon as I start typing, Adtomic is going to search for the word and it'll give you the results. Now, once I click on any of these campaigns, it's going to give me different sets of data. Right now, I'm looking at campaign level data. Specifically for this campaign, I can see all of the ad groups, keywords, search terms, negative keywords, and products if I click on any of these. So search terms, I'm looking at essentially all of the search terms for this particular campaign's ad groups. If I want to click into a certain ad group to look at the data at that level, I can just do that by clicking on the ad group. Here's where I'll also be able to look for maybe some poor performing keywords and make them, maybe pause them or archive them, or more importantly, look through my search terms. If I want to make some optimizations manually, I can do that here instead of letting Adtomic do that for me. Right away, I can see that this top search term right here has a pretty good ACoS for the past 30 days of data. So if I wanted to, I could save that to my clipboard and maybe add that to a campaign later on. Or I can highlight all of the search terms if I wanted to and move them to a different campaign. If it's a poor performing search term, maybe high ACoS or high spend with no sales, I could also make that negative by clicking on this button here in the negative column. And you can see it says add to negative here. So the other things I can do at the ad group level is add negative keywords if I wanted to. In the upper right hand corner is there, and I can also add additional products by clicking on this button here, also in the upper right hand corner. Now at the campaign level, I could also do that as well. I could also add negative keywords, just like now back at the main level. What other things you can do, of course, is change the statuses of those particular campaigns that you're looking at. You can change the daily budgets. You can sort the data any way you want, by spend, by sales, by ACoS. If you want to look for additional columns that we have, you can do that by clicking here, and you can actually hide as well some of these columns that we see here. And if you want to filter through this data to look for very specific data sets or particular metrics, you can do that here by selecting higher or lower numbers for ACoS, higher or lower numbers for spend, etc. Once you get the data the way you want it, you can also export it to any email of your choosing by clicking export here. The other main functions of the Ad Manager are all in these far right columns here, and these control, again, the bid suggestions in Adtomic, as I mentioned at the beginning. Bid algorithm essentially means the way Adtomic is adjusting keyword bid suggestions for these particular campaigns. Now you can see all of these are set to target ACoS, and most of these have a target value of 30 and some have 20. So if I wanted to change the ACoS target, I can just do that by clicking on edit here and changing that. Additionally, if I wanted to change the algorithm I'm using, I can do that here. Now this is unique to Adtomic. Not only can you target by ACoS, but you can also target by impressions or by orders. So essentially, if I'm targeting by max impressions, that means that I'm no longer going to be looking at the ACoS as my target for the suggestions that I want to see. If I set this to max orders, then that means I'm no longer looking at the target ACoS or ACoS at all. I'm just looking at how many keywords are getting me orders. So these are particularly maybe good for the max impressions is maybe good for brand new campaigns at launch, and the orders is maybe to liquidate or get rid of a bunch of product. These are explained more deeply in the tutorial or the pro training on the product lifecycle templates, so check that out for more information. You can also automate all of these suggestions if you want. Now, every single one of these campaigns is going to give suggestions, whether it's set to target ACoS or max impressions or orders. You'll see that on the suggestions page, and you can review how that works in the Suggestions Pro training. But I do suggest before turning on automation that you take a look at the suggestions that you see first to make sure that it fits your strategy, especially if you're changing the bid algorithm here. The last column is strictly for rules regarding our new keywords and negative keywords. Now, what that means is looking through your search terms for these particular campaigns, finding search terms that have done well and converting them into keywords for your campaigns, as well as looking for search terms that have performed poorly. That includes ASINs. We also do look for ASINs as well for both keyword targets, for product targeting campaigns, or maybe making negative ASINs. So the number you see here next to the little cog just designates how many rules are currently associated with this particular campaign. And you can learn more about that by watching the rules tutorial that you'll find here on Adtomic.
Anh chị đang bán hàng trên Amazon, Skyrock cung cấp các dịch vụ dành cho các nhà bán hàng trên Amazon với mức giá cực kỳ ưu đãi như đăng ký brand với USBTO, từ HELIUM10, từ trên Scout, Logistics và Warehouse. Xem thêm thông tin chi tiết dưới phần mô tả nhé.